You know, I've been part of several fandoms throughout my life, and if I had to highlight a few, it would be the fandoms of Silent Hill and the Souls games, particularly because they are full of people who could technically be considered thinking beings, but in practice, well, that's debatable. In my opinion, they are the fandoms of bad takes par excellence, especially Souls games, and this is due to the mixed PvE plus PvP nature of the experience. Silent Hill is another topic, and I may talk about it someday, but yeah, not now. Allow me to share some context. The other day, Stilopsky uploaded a short where he invaded a couple of PvEers making their way through the game, and in short, he highlighted the dumb, brainless way the host was using Moonveil. I'm so sorry if I sound weird, I'm sick as fuck, I have the flu, and I fucking hate it. Please fucking end my life. Please, YouTube, don't demonetize me. I was kidding. We all know it by now. We all know what Moonveil does, but in case someone watching doesn't, Moonveil has an Ash of War that's pretty strong in PvE, and why not, sometimes in PvP as well. And since the game heavily rewards you for just spamming Ash of War against enemies and bosses, a lot of players tend to mindlessly smash the Ash of War button and do the exact same thing to anything that moves. The problem is, that sharp little strategy tends to stop working when the person in front of you has at least 2 functioning brain cells. In this case, Stilopsky, who proceeded to parry every single attempt at Transient Moonlight the host made. Until they inevitably died like a total goober. Hence, the caption of the short. Up to this point, everything's pretty normal, right? Just a highlight clip showing a guy who's clearly not realizing that his Moonveil spam is not working. Until you start reading the fucking comments. Holy shit, the comments. Get a life. You can tell this guy is a basement jeweler by playstyle. Most no-lights use the delayed running poke. I do not use the delayed running poke. Me mata como el gordito tuvo que aclarar que no lo usa. No, man, yo no hago eso. Yo soy honesto jugando el jueguito. Yo soy re bueno. Yeah. It's easy to tell how miserable someone's life is based on how good they are at fronts of games.
What?
Do you say this very same thing about Let Me Solher, or Shino Machino, or Scumnut? Are they also miserable? Or are you only saying this because it's PvP instead of PvE? God damn. Holy pathetic invaders! Skull emoji. Like honestly, most pathetic gamers to exist. So embarrassing. Sub emoji. Prayer emoji. You just know this guy's hair looks like this. What the actual fuck is their problem? After reading a bunch of comments, I had to rewatch the short just to make sure I hadn't hallucinated an entirely different video. Like, maybe it was still invading and sacrificing younglings to Satan or something. But nope, it's still just still playing a silly little game against very silly players. The toxicity of the Souls community can be very exhausting sometimes. That's why I recommend playing the other open-world masterpiece made for Giga Chats, Infinity Nikki. Infinity Nikki is a cozy open-world dress-up adventure where you explore magical landscapes, collect materials, and craft cute outfits that, despite their cutesy appearance, are actually used by chiseled chin chats. The focus is not extreme combat and RPG elements. It's to relax in a magical environment and play dress-up as the thing only the most fit chat overlords aspire to be, a cute anime girl. The drip you choose doesn't just make you look glamorous, it also determines your gameplay and what you can do. Testosterone-driven leisure pastimes such as fishing, bug catching, and pet grooming are among the manly chat activities you can engage with, which can be performed either on your own or with another chat friend. They can even be enhanced with Infinity Nikki's dice system for an even more gargantuan amount of drip possibilities. Like, seriously, there's more outfit combinations in this game than grains of sand on Earth. You can do the math. But math is boring though. What is not boring is Infinity Nikki's new update, Blue Tears Season, with a quiet and fantasy scenery where you explore the mysterious and melancholy breezy town, featuring blue tears, blue blossoms, blue fireflies, and a quietly slumbering giant serpent. Hey, it's all blue. Just like me. And the best part is that it comes with 3 limited edition outfits. The 5-star Resonance outfit, Tide of Tears, the 4-star Resonance outfit, Nightlight Whispers, and the free 3-star outfit, Midnight Gleam, which can be obtained in the limited time event when blue tears overflow. I mean, chats do have to look good when sitting together by the water swing, so do not waste any more of your precious Spartan time and become the cute anime girl you are destined to be by downloading Infinity Nikki using our link in the description below. Thanks to Infinity Nikki for sponsoring this video. Back to the topic of the video, the comments make it seem like he committed a cardinal sin. But why are they saying this shit? Is there actually anything wrong with what Steel did in this video? I got a few theories as to why these people react this way, and to explain them, why don't we take a look at the comments and try to debunk some of this yapping they are spewing. First of all, I want to point out that all the dumbass comments can pretty much be divided into 3 categories. The ones saying that Steel must be some fat basement dweller just because he plays well, the ones calling him a tryhard or a sweat and criticizing his playstyle or strategy, and finally, the ones who just insult invaders in general because... why the fuck not? In the gordo tetón category, you have comments like, "Go touch the grass, bro. Get a life. This made me feel like I should go outside. Oh, hell no, you a nerdneck. Go touch grass. No life short." And my favorite, virgin. Which is very funny when you take into account that Steel has a girlfriend who regularly shows up in his streams. What strikes me the most about these kinds of comments, which aren't exclusive to Souls games and have always existed in a broader context, is how, for example, the slightest display of skill in an unconventional activity, like playing Elden Ring or video games in general, automatically translates to no social life, no sex, and doing nothing all day but that one thing. It seems inconceivable for these people that someone can develop a skill in an activity without sacrificing any aspects of their social life. And even if they did to some extent, there wouldn't be anything wrong with it, as long as they led a healthy lifestyle. The reality is, if you're passionate about the skill and put in consistent effort to learn and improve, getting better becomes manageable, natural, and even easy. You don't need to cancel your entire social life just to play Elden Ring slightly better than average, especially when 98% of players seem to be playing like they're missing part of their brain. I mean, are these commenters really so incompetent that they find it absolutely impossible to balance just a tiny bit of consistent dedication and social life? Probably yes. Someone who truly doesn't have time to dedicate consistently wouldn't really mind about these things. They wouldn't be molding on a short on YouTube. Someone who does have the time, wants to, but chooses not to out of laziness or whatever other reason, does mind. And it must really hurt their ego that someone else can pull it off, so they have to downplay someone else's achievements just to avoid feeling bad about their own mediocrity. I am not saying all of these commenters are the same. Some may just be fucking dumbasses. But it is clear that many of them would really like to be good at Souls games, but they're not. And they are annoyed that someone else is. So, no, being bad at a game doesn't automatically make you the king of pussy. In the next section, we got the tryhard type comments. You know, like the guy who totally doesn't use the delayed running poke or whatever the fuck that means. They usually refer to the fact that Steel is using Rakshasa's Great Katana, which is very good for PvP. Among my favorites, we got... I would insult you for the crouch poke spam, but after seeing them spam Moonveil, they deserved it. Sorry, just asking out of curiosity, why would you insult either of them in the first place? For using a mechanic in a video game, one is using their katana's running attack to punish the other player's mistakes, and the other one is spamming Moonveil because, clearly, they don't know how to do anything else. Neither of those things are inherently bad, and neither strategy is impossible to counter either. If you don't want to get roll caught, stop panic running. If you don't want to lose to a Moonveil spammer, learn how to play against a Moonveil spammer. The problem isn't other people. It's you. I also find it funny how, to you, spamming Moonveil like a dummy is worse in PvP, like as more obnoxious, than using Rakshasas, which is one of the strongest PvP weapons in the game. These guys don't even know what works and what doesn't, yet they still spew their crappy opinions as if they were the truth. Insane. I got a question as someone that loves Elden Ring. What is so fun about constantly invading people, especially if you're just gonna, like, do the same move? Well, my dear Elden Ring enjoyer, invading is fun because it's chaotic and can be very challenging, despite what some people may think. Fighting multiple players, no matter how incompetent they are, can result in death rather quickly if you're not careful. As for the spamming the same move thing, he was countering the other guys. What should he do? Try non-optimal shit just for shit and giggles? In fact, the multiple Moonveil parrying was shit and giggles, something that commenters don't seem to grasp or understand just by looking at the video. Also, do you see how PvEers play this game? Do you also tell them to try other moves instead of spamming a Shohor on the boss? Roll catching with great katanas isn't a skill. It's just netcode and lingering hitbox. This is one of those comments I like to call the pull straight out of my ass. First of all roll catches are lingering hitboxes to some degree. Otherwise, landing a roll catch will be insanely difficult. An attack with only one active frame will be useless and no one would even use it to roll catch anything. It's completely normal for players to go for attacks that are good at roll catching. Second, I have no fucking idea what you mean by netcode abuse. Like, if the netcode were actually that high latency, roll catching will be impossible because of how package sending works in this game. So yeah, this comment is literally source, it came to me in a dream. Using the giant katana and running R1 spamming is kinda cringe too. Cringe as fuck, and we're only run attacking over and over. You're telling him to not use that the way he's using it, then proceeds to roll catch spam him out of the game. They are not even the same player. Like, he roll catch this guy and the Moonveil guy was the other one, but okay, I guess. But anyway, I just wanna ask, what's the problem with it? The weapon is good, yes. The attack is good, yes. It's not unbeatable though. Here, look. Rakshasas gets heavily countered by shields, something that the vast majority of players have. It is far from being unfair and broken. You know what's really unfair and broken? This is. And even then, KOF players simply try to adapt and keep playing. They don't usually cry. I'm tempted to ask for a Reddit-reviewed PvE list of morally accepted weapons to use in PvP. Would be a fun read, for sure. Also, you have to be intentionally disingenuous to think that what Steel did to the rolling guy is the same as what the Moonveil guy was doing. Steel was punishing the guy for panic rolling. Moonveil guy was just mindlessly spamming. Emphasis on the mindless because he didn't realize after 4 attempts that his dumb strat was not gonna work. Gamers love to cry about what is cringe and what isn't in games. Coincidentally, all the cringe things are what they tend to lose to. Roll catch spam, roll catch spam, roll catch spam. The game. Shooting guys, shooting guys, shooting guys. The game. Looping killer, looping killer, looping killer. The game. Footsies and combos, footsies and combos, footsies and combos. The game. Oh, you guys wanna try it too? The formula is very simple. It goes very basic and fundamental game mechanic times 3. The game. Pedazo de pelotudo. Imagine being this sweaty at Elden Ring. I love how to these people the most basic game mechanics, like roll catching, already count as sweating. Like, how do these people even play? Do they just yeet the controller at the screen and hope for the fucking best? I seriously do not understand. It's a basic game mechanic. Wow, what do you mean sweating? Holy fucking shit. And these people think they have any sort of authority at giving their fucking opinion all the game. This guy is literally the worst part about Elden Ring PvP. Why? Because he is not easy to beat? Do you think the same thing about Chase the Bro or any other PvP YouTuber that can beat PvEers on a regular basis? I think your comment can be rephrased to, guys like him remind me that I'm not as good as I thought I was, and that makes me angry. But seriously, you know what the real worst part is? The section that insults all invaders in general. People who is prepared for PvE and don't even try to play PvP, it's normal that you stomp him with a PvP meta build. Just play in the Colosseum and stop bullying these kinds of people who don't want to fight you. Ah yes, the Colosseum, known for its incredibly skilled players. Right? If you knew the basics of PvP and played in the Colosseum for 15 minutes, you would realize that it's just invasions but with one guy. The vast majority of arena players are bad. Very bad. No different than invasions. Not to mention that it's not even the same game mode. The experience is vastly different. And it's also funny how they believe that fighting one guy, even if prepared for PvP, is harder than fighting multiple. You can't really tell this guy doesn't do PvP at all. Elden Ring PvP players proceeding to ruin the host's day because he wants to play with friends. If a game mode you voluntarily joined manages to ruin your whole day just because you lost, Maybe it's time for a little introspection. To be honest, you are the most obnoxious type of player who invades when I'm just trying to duo my friend. What would a non-obnoxious invader be like to you? One that politely shows up, bows to you, your highness, and spreads their butt cheeks so you and your friend can kill them and continue your babysitting simulator unbothered? I can't 100% say that that's the kind of invader you would like, but I have a gut feeling that it probably is. Dudes harassing some noobs. Well, you heard it first here, Poggies. Invading is now harassing people. Shame on FromSoft for allowing harassment in Elden Ring to be possible. Holy fucking Christ. These are the guys that should go outside and touch grass. God fucking damn it. Sweatist invader talking shit about noobish PvE build.
And where exactly is the shit talk part?
Above and below the video. Don't use Moonveil like this, boyo. Elden Ring. Ah yes, it must be Elden Ring. The ultimate shit talk. Always get invaded by dudes that sweat this hard. I like Elden Ring for its PvE and exploration, but wish there was an option for no PvP. I understand that last sentiment, and there is. It's called seamless co-op, if you play on PC. I genuinely struggle to understand how these people can watch still clowning on the Moonveil guy by parrying him, instead of just brutally and efficiently fucking him up with Rakshasa, and still call it sweating. Do they seriously not realize he's goofing around? Do they really think this is sweat? It kind of reads like a self-report on their own skill level. If this is what you consider sweating, then sorry, but you're probably the last person qualified to judge someone else's playstyle. Based on what you're saying about this video, if you always feel like you're getting invaded by sweats, it's probably just that they are better than you. And if everyone plays better than you, it's because you're bad at the game. There's nothing wrong with being bad, but making excuses to protect your ego, that's what sucks. I'm sorry. And that's gonna be it for today. Honestly, it's kinda depressing to see that the moment a video like this escapes its intended audience and reaches the wider Elden Ring player base, the responses immediately turn to shit. It's like the fandom has regressed. All these years memeing about get good and overcoming challenges only for people to start crying over the tiniest bit of struggle. And the second they see even a hint of actual skill, it's all no-life accusations. And also, let's be real, they are saying this now only because it's PvP. If they watch Scumnut absolutely wrecking the Night Lords for 45 minutes straight with their bare fists, no one will call that no life. They would say, damn, this guy's climbing. But since there's a real chance they may run into someone like Steel in PvP and get their ass handed to them, suddenly that is no-life behavior. But again, this is a product of the PvE plus PvP mix of Souls games. You won't see people calling Daigo Umehara a no-life loser in the Street Fighter community. You won't see people calling Shohei a no-life loser in the King of Fighters community. These communities are used to having to deal with this type of shit on a regular basis, and it's either adapt or perish. But the Souls community, their go-to response seems to be to cry like babies. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this shit. Elden Ring fandom, absolutely cooked. That's how it is. See ya.